What about now? Can anybody hear me now? Am I coming through now? How am I coming through? To you am I coming through? Can y'all hear me? Etheric, what's happening, Captain? I'm coming through clear. What about this? Can y'all hear that shit? Do I got an echo? Cause I hear myself echoing. I don't like that, but I don't know how to fix it. So let me know if them sounds coming through, y'all. Oh yeah, my boy Theory said yeah. Coop say my motherfucking dog Coop the Yogi. What's happening? It's Know Thyself Fridays. Side her side just says I'm coming through. I'm gonna take that, well, at least one off my goddamn ear. So Rafe 636. See, damn, I didn't even plan on doing a real live. All the real people pushing stepping in this motherfucker. So, but yeah, y'all. I really want to try this set up, but shit, if y'all hear shit, we can talk about something like really, like I really don't know what the fuck the Lion Gate is really about. I be forgetting a lot of goddamn concepts. I ain't gonna hold you. I be forgetting a lot of fucking concepts, y'all. Um, but shit, goddamn it, when we not in the gate, you always in the middle of the gate. The heart chakra is the gate. The heart chakra, the heart concept, is where the self resides, not as in the physical heart, not as in the physical heart, but as in the concept that the self or the heart is the source. So what are we understanding here? We understanding that consciousness is the source of all of this shit. Everything that you can taste, touch, smell, lick, stick, pick, or switch. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Rafe 636 be dropping some shit. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to him on YouTube, man. But we gotta understand that the source of all is the self. That's why it's know thyself or know the self. And I was listening to a very famous um person in the spiritual community talk, and I've noticed and got to understanding that it is levels to the self of as far as because I remember Maharaj was saying, man, I can't listen to myself echo. I remember Maharaj was saying something about like over the time and age of spirituality may change. Right now during this time, manifestation portal Leo Tippereth energy. Hey, so we always in alignment with that shit, right? You are the savior. Matter of fact, who needs saving? Once you identify with pure unconditioned consciousness, who the fuck needs saving? Who the fuck is suffering? You see what I'm saying? Who the fuck is suffering? Nobody's fucking suffering for real. On a relative level, if we identify with the body mind and see the word out there is real. See, here's the thing. Don't it seem to be very convenient how we seem to love to say that this shit is an illusion? But we seem to love to say that this shit is an illusion when things not going the way out that we playing. When shit ain't going the way that we playing, oh, this shit become an illusion. I'm talking about holistically as the way that we all think. Spiritual people think, right? Because who the fuck is we? There's only one. So the way that spiritual people think, it seems to be an illusion once we going through some shit that we don't like. Oh, but when you get that car you like, when you get that house you like, when you get that job, you get in racks you like, and they stacking on top of stacking. When you get all that shit that you like that, come on, my boy. Hold up. When you get shit like that, oh, guess what? This shit ain't an illusion no more. You super happy. You see what I'm saying? We super happy when we get that, and we willing to take in whatever prosperity I'm prospering. Like I got, you know what I'm saying? Like we willing to take in all the good shit, so-called good shit, which we know good and bad is not a real thing, right? We can say that. Oh, but my God, when it come to the time that ass have some shit that ain't going the way that you want it to. Oh, ain't nobody hollering illusion shit. I'm guilty of it too. Here recently, I didn't check that shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up, y'all. Fuck it. Just let it show how the fuck it's showing. I'll figure this new setup of Streamlabs out later. But it's very convenient for us to do that. We not understanding how heavy the mind and body complex really is, dog. Like identifying with our body and identifying with our mind so much, and not understand that the mind is creating this shit. That's why I say the illusion is real and the real is an illusion. By definition of what we call real. What have we been taught to call real? Things that we can feel and taste with our senses. Or feel, see, smell, use our senses to conceive of. And that's the thing about the self. It's not conceivable by the highest, which is buddhi, right? Which is the intellect. It can't be conceived by that. It's beyond the mind. But you have an experience with it every day. The same way that I know that I'm sitting here, the same way that I know that I exist, is that pure unconditioned consciousness. And when it's time to really explain it, ain't really too much word that can explain it. We have been caught up with concepts and trapping ourselves with concepts. I was having a talk with my woman earlier, and we was talking about what is the body's and the mind's karma. Because that's what karma takes place at. Hold up, y'all. Because now it's kind of getting on my nerves. Can I just take the whole fucking screen and just... Fuck it. The body-mind complex, karma, is what? The body-mind complex, karma, is your astrology chart. So when you get teachers that say like I am not the do, when you get the teachings that saying that I'm not the doer, nature itself is doing the doing. It's not me that's doing any doing. It's nature that's doing it. You have to recognize what's nature. The mind is nature. The mind is subtle matter. Your melanin is subtle matter. These gods, God concept in general, demons concept in general, they have no existence outside of you, the self. That's why knowledge of self is going directly to you. You don't have to do a ritual. Listen, you don't have to. Is the way that it looks like to me is that it's play. We want to give the mind something to play with, or the mind is giving the pure awareness something to entertain itself with, something to watch, something to observe. That's why I say it's not bad, it's not evil, it's not wrong. None of that shit is wrong. Obviously, you know, we don't believe in good and evil. No way. Hold up, damn, let me read some questions. I'm really just shooting shit with y'all, but I have a question about the soul. Possible. Is it possible that a soul composed of 2x incarnations compact in just one being? Damn, I didn't see this. Can I make that bigger? Okay. 2x incarnations compact in just one being. In other words, two past individuals become just one, but with the data gated together from past lives, from the past 2 lifetimes. I don't know. Just something to think about. Okay, so let's look at that. Because we got to know what incarnates, right? Cosmic Puzzle Piece, peace. Zero just asked a nice ass question. So I never thought about this before, but let's think about this. what actually incarnates, right? What actually really incarnates is the mind. We know the body not reincarnating, right? Kind of, sort of, because we didn't seen people that look like people from 1,500 years ago that's alive today. So we know Prakriti ain't nothing but a pattern replicating machine. It ain't doing nothing but pushing out patterns. It's only so many goddamn bodies and features that can be pumped out. That's why it's always somebody that look like your ass and you're not related, so-called genetically. So he asks, is it possible for a soul be composed of two? See, first let's talk about the soul. There's not multiple souls. There's not this soul, that soul, and this soul. Now I know there may be other systems that say that, right? But I would equate that to spirit. And why do I say spirit? Because spirit is synonymous with the psyche. Psyche is synonymous with the mind, right? The mind is what's reincarnating. The soul is pure unconditioned consciousness, right? So I want us to understand that aspect first. So I would not say a soul, but let's think about a mind. What about a mind? Well, here's the thing about it. I can't say 100% no or yes at this very instant, because what is the mind in a way? The mind is a composite of multiple of all the five elements placed together. Maybe that's where they get the universal mind from. How we are all connected on a mind level as well. And you have no choice, because the mind comes out of pure unconditioned consciousness. The mind is a toy for consciousness to have something to observe anyway. So, is it possible that a soul composed, we wouldn't say soul, I would say the mind, composed of two incarnations, compact into just one being? Now, I've heard that before, more so in like certain communities, right? Like they're composed of a masculine and a feminine, or a man and a woman. Like, we're all composed of that, right? But I think they're talking about on a personality level. You may be also talking about on like a personality level as well. Well, in that case, karma brings in the past mental impressions, right? It comes in through the past mental impressions, right? So the past mental impressions definitely can come into one being, because that's technically what reincarnation is. All these past lives are coming to the sum total of this one life. Now, I want to run around it, but I feel like what you asking zero directly is basically, can two human beings basically incarnate into one? I would say no. Then I would say, why the fuck not? I'm going to answer it both ways. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Anything happens around this motherfucker. Shit just happening. You dig what I'm saying? Shit really just happening. Damn, I need to refresh the chat, I guess. I'm not getting all the chats. So, the mind ain't nothing but a whole bunch of past mental impressions in one whole lifetime is one big ass mental impressions full of a whole bunch of many mental impressions. I never thought about that. And I had a conversation with my homie one day. He called me on some random shit. I'm like, bro, stop what you doing. I gotta ask you a question. And he asked me, he say, what about if my soul exists on different dimensions? Something to that, what's the name? I'm like, well, I ain't heard shit, or I ain't contemplated on shit that actually say that can't exist. But what if there are no past lives? What if you live in every fucking life that you could ever fucking live simultaneously? Ain't no past life reincarnations. Simultaneously, and you get to tap into certain ones during certain dreams. I don't fucking know. And this is just me pontificating. playing around with the mind, right? Because I'm gonna be ultimately honest with you. Is the experience of the past two mental impressions that reincarnate as one, because in the end it's just one. Hold up. Is the experience of the past two mental impressions that reincarnate as one, because in the end it's just one. Okay, so when you say the experience of the two of the past two mental impressions, you mean of the past two lives? Yes, I think it's more accurate. Everything is happening at this moment. And that's the true thing that we learned about pure consciousness. It's the now. Remember that the mind, listen, think about this. What they say, the mind is a conglomerate of the past. It's nothing. The mind itself is the past, because it's nothing but thoughts and memories. Think about the mind. It's nothing but a whole bunch of thoughts and memories. You know that the mind don't exist for the simple fact, when you go into deep sleep, you don't bring your ego, you don't bring your baby that you're worrying about, you don't bring your boyfriend, your girlfriend that you're worrying about, you don't bring your heart, your lungs that you're worrying about, you don't bring your I am the God of the universe, you don't bring your dark side thoughts when you go into deep sleep. None of that shit exists. That should let you know it's not real, because what's real? That which is always there and never changing. The only thing that don't change is pure awareness. So all this is illusion. On a relative level, we can play around with all that type shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to pull us towards, like we playing around. And when I say playing around, I don't mean like bullshit, you're full of shit. When I say playing around, I mean literally playing around, like a play, like a movie, like a game. But the construct, the very source of the game is the mind. The very creator of the game is the mind. Don't this shit make you think about fucking Gnosticism? Yalla, bruv? Epista Sophia? Where the ego, when Panic told us the ego, which is the mind, is the creator, talking about it's the creator. I created this, I did this, and is latching on to everything and trying to control everything. The ego is what set up the whole fucking tree of life. The whole fucking tree of life is the mind. And it's all about working your way back up to figure out that ultimately you can figure out that the mind is, see, the tree of life helped me. It became a map for me by way of Travis Major. It became a map for me to get an understanding. Oh, this shit is a fucking illusion. And getting an understanding of non-dualism, like the mind is nothing but matter. Remember they say mind over matter? Well, the mind is nothing but matter. It's nothing but matter. It's nothing but the five elements and the three gunas. Remember the three gunas, then you got the five elements. And the three gunas is swinging this shit back to, or these two, Rogers and Thomas, swinging these two back and fucking forth and making the mind do what it do. That's why I say you ain't gonna be able to get the mind to stop doing what the fuck it do. The mind gonna do what the fuck it do, and that's gonna be the think. Even the yogi masters talking about getting to know mind. What they really are hitting on is stop taking heed, stop attaching myself to the thoughts of the mind, stop producing counter thoughts after counter thoughts after counter thoughts. It's a step, it's a process. It's a process. Let's see. Zero said yes, everything. Yes, yes. In the end, everything is your movie. You can play every scene that you want, but in reality, there are not impossibles. In this reality, everything is possible. If you ask Maharashi, all this shit happens spontaneously, and none of this shit is happening. All of it happened spontaneously, and none of this shit happened. Let's see. Let's see right here. It says, I am the witness, all pervading and beloved, never the limited I, afflicted as it is with change, limitation, and suffering. I am the witness. The illuminated soul realizes his freedom from Prakriti. So he realizes his freedom from the movie. He realizes his freedom from the play. He realizes his freedom from karma. Karma is real. Reincarnation is real for the mind. When we identify with the mind, when we say, I am doing this, I am the doer of this, I have to do this for those people, I have to do this for this people, I have to do this to save people, I have to save my people, I have to save black people, I have to save Mexican people, I have to save Asian people, I have to save gay people, I have to save straight people, I have to save men, I have to save black women, I have to save black men, I have to save I have to create generational wealth. I have to do this. I have to do that. That is the talk of a mind that is ready to come back to this motherfucker. Am I telling you anything different than what Panic said? And I'm using the OG as a reference. I'm not telling you nothing different than what the OG said. I'm telling you nothing different than what Bobby Hemmett said. Only difference is we have to place our identity into consciousness. And it's not a literal pick it up and take it over here. You are already that. All you have to do is fucking realize it. Let's see. What is a method you will give to someone to stay in communion with the P throughout our daily life? That's it. Listen to these words that we saying here. This is the same shit that any guru will tell you. Listen, replay. Cosmic Puzzle Piece, you've been here, so I know you understand anyway. But replay these talks, replay these live streams. Not just because it's me. Find somebody else. It don't really fucking matter because it's nothing but you anyway in this motherfucker. It's nothing but me here any goddamn way. So, listen to anybody. I can't say, oh, I'm the only one teaching this, and I'm the only one speaking this. It's a fucking lie. Because, well, technically I am, because I'm the only one that exists. You are the only one that exists. Only one exists. Matter of fact, existence don't exist. It's only one. Decipher through that. Meditate on that. All is one. Matter of fact, all don't exist. Only one is. Realize it. Sit with it. Meditate on that I amness. Ask the question, who is I? Who is that I? When I say I need to do this, I am this, and I'm going to be this, and I am this. You can still live a regular life. You can still watch Pornhub. You can still go to the strip club. You can still get married. You can still do same sex. It don't fucking matter. But what you have to do is stop believing that you are the doer. You got to know that you are that observer. That's what you have to do. That's the trick. It's not even a trick because you are already that. That's why I say it's not even a path. You are already this. No one can take it from you. No one can take it from me. There may be teachers who teaching this, and they may identify as they coaching, like, what the fuck is he talking? They can't take it away. No one can take it away. No occultist can do any ritual and take it away from you. If you lose all the contents of your mind today, it don't take the fact that you are pure awareness away from you. That's what you are. That's the only thing that is. Sit and contemplate that the knower and the thing that is being known are two different things. What we are sitting here are simply doing is we're standing in front of a fucking mirror and we are identifying with the one inside of the mirror and not the one that's looking in the mirror, that's observing the mirror. That's what we doing. That's what human beings are doing. And we looking inside of that mirror and coming up with all types of concepts. All types of concepts. Oh, I got to deal with this God. Oh, I got to deal with that God. I got to do this ritual. I got to do this. I. Got to. You ain't got to do a goddamn thing. Because ultimately, you ain't doing a goddamn thing. You ain't doing shit but observing. My body? Who is that mind that says this is my body? My beard? Who is this mind that says this is my beard? Obviously, there's a separation. If I said to say my, it's mine's. Who is this my? These are the questions to be asked. This is literally how you stay with it. You hear the words. You sit with the words. Contemplate on those words. It's ultimately, over time, is going to bring you to that conclusion. For some people, it's gradual. For some people, it's ASAP. There's not a fucking coincidence that you're here. That you can listen to shit like this. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fucking coincidence. Not a fucking coincidence. Because everybody can't hear that type shit. When you tell them they gods is a goddamn a concept. Their whole spiritual system is a goddamn, it's a concept. I'm trying to see y'all. I guess I'm not live on Instagram. But everything is a fucking concept. Every god, every demon, every ritual, directly to the source. If consciousness is the source, if chaos is the source, why not go directly and try to figure that out? Even though time is an illusion, everything else we doing is wasting time. When you can go directly to the source. But it's hard for man to grasp that. It says we try to identify with consciousness, and from that standpoint, we try to see the body and the mind and the entire universe as objects illuminated by me, but not as me. Everything is illuminated by you, the true self, but not as me. The body is not me. It's illuminated by me. It's projected by me. Is the projector identifying with the movie on the screen? Or matter of fact, you are pure consciousness and you like a blank screen. And just like you looking at close your iPhone screen right now, you watching me turn your TV screen off right now, you a blank canvas. And the things appear on you, pure unconditioned consciousness. Let's see. When we have the true realization of the observer of the ultimate reality, there are no more karma, because we realize we are the system of reality. We are even Maya. Maya comes, yes. Even Maya comes out of you. Ultimately, Maya don't fucking exist. Because ultimately, the mind don't exist. The mind is Maya. The mind is the illusion. Like, I swear to God, y'all, it's so simple. But it's difficult because we so used identifying with the mind, bro. We so used giving ourselves identification. It can be very scary, but who is it scary for? The ego and the mind that needs something to latch on to. That's why Maharashi keeps telling you, ask, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who is that I? Let's see if we can pull up right to the page. Oh, I got something highlighted. Of all the restricted rules that relating to taking of Satva food, modern qualities is best. Okay, he said something about taking. Okay, let's see. 13. The residual. I never read all of this, y'all. Just skimmed through it. But let's see what we can get. The residual impressions, right? Thoughts of objects appear unending like the waves of the ocean. When will all of them get destroyed? When will all of these thoughts get destroyed? As the meditation on the self rises higher and higher, all thoughts will get destroyed. I really ain't come on here to do no reading tonight, y'all, because y'all know we reading Sunday. But Let's see. As a kid, as kids, we experience life with a high quality of clarity of perception, and we have little or almost no content. Facts. That's why I say be like a child to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Pure innocence. I have done nothing. What do you mean I haven't done anything? I have not stolen. I have not killed. I have not done none of that. Our next book read is going to be this. And he don't bullshit. Look at that face. Yeah, he don't bullshit. No matter what the fuck you do, just know anything that's being done is not being, you're not the doer. It's very hard. It's very hard. I'm not going to sit here and lie like that's the easiest shit. Because we've been taught to think, to move from the mind first. People like to say, I'm an intellectual. Intellectual people do not thrive in spirituality. I'm going to say that right now. Intellectual people don't thrive in spirituality. In true knowledge of self, let's say that. They don't thrive in that. You're not able to thrive in it because the mind has a cap on it. The mind is limited. The mind can't conceive awareness because conceiving awareness is not possible. You can't turn around and look at consciousness because consciousness is a one who is aware of the mind. We know this because we have multiple thoughts, multiple emotions going on in the mind, multiple sceneries playing out in the mind. You are beyond the mind in your everyday today experience, not by some deep concept where you have to work your way up through. You don't have to. You have the experience every day. You're just not realizing it. You're not realizing it. And that's what self-realization is about. To know that I am not the doer. I have not sinned. I have not killed. I have not stolen. This shit is a game. Let's see. Yesterday I was calling myself the concept killer. Called me P pusher right there, boy. Yesterday, the concept killer. We have, listen, because we have to work through levels to realize the self. We have to work through so many levels of identification. We have our levels of identification first off as a human being. We have level of identification first off as a gender. All right, a human being first, and then identification with a gender, and then we have identification. Oh, we just got a new subscriber, y'all. Oh, that shit used to. Damn, I fucked it up. Appreciate you, Akash Ray. Sorry, I don't want to fuck up your name. But we have identification with the body. First off, a human, then the body, then the mind. We're really the mind, then human, then the body, then the mind. Then outside of that, we get gender. And then after gender, we get identification with our family and our ancestral history. You see what I'm saying? Or our culture after that. And then we have our identity with the country that we in. Then we have identity with the planet. Listen, that's 8. Then we got identity with our solar system. Then we have identity with our fucking dimension. I ain't even bring spiritual systems in. 11. Then we got to identify with light side, love and light. Then we got identity with fucking dark side. Then we got identity with fucking occultists, fucking spiritualists. But it's like fucking 14, 15 layers of fucking identity. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself when it comes to knowing thyself. Shit to do with the goddamn soul. All of those concepts have nothing to do with the soul. Nothing to do with the soul. I keep forgetting I got this here. Ain't none of that shit got nothing to do with the soul, bro. not a Hecate, not a La Santisa Santa Muerte, not a goddamn Ganesh, not a goddamn Kether, not a goddamn Shiva, not a goddamn um ancestor, not a goddamn astral plane. None of it. All of those are factions of the mind. I'm not saying they're not real, but I'm saying they're not real. I'm not saying they're not real, but I'm saying they not fucking real. Go directly to the source, the self. That is what we teach over here. To realize the self. Not go get the self. Not work up and to be the self. You are already the self. All you have to do is take off the coverings, the identities, the concepts. Everything outside of the observer is a projection of the observer. I would even correct that, Zero. There is nothing outside of the observer. Because who's observing that which is outside of the observer to say that something is outside and being projected? You see what I'm saying? Who's that? There is no thing. Concept breeds, Cosmic Puzzle Piece says, concepts breeds emotions. I guess I can't. He said, concepts breed emotions. Emotion produce thoughts. Thoughts become action and speech. I am none of this, and this shit make me happy. That's why they say, no matter what the fuck you say, no matter what the fuck you say, it's a lie. It's false. When we talking about the self. Because it's not even that. This is just what we had to come up with for the mind to be able to get its ass in alignment. Duality is real, but ultimately it's not. Duality is real, but ultimately it's not. So, I got two fingers up, right? But from your perspective, it looks like one. Just imagine it look like one. Look like one finger. But when you turn it this way, it look like two. When it look like this way, it look like two fingers. But when I turn it this way, it's ultimately one. Fuck you. Fuck off respectfully. You know what I'm saying? The only with the intellectual ego does one limits oneself. When one realizes they don't know anything intellectually, like spiritually, becomes limitless. That's it. Once you start listening to, that's why what we read from the goddamn, I don't see it up here, from the Upanishads. What is that one thing by knowing which all things are known? If I can know what the jewelry is made out of, I don't need to know how to make the goddamn jewelry. I don't need to know everything about the jewelry. I don't need to know the ring, the watch, the gold teeth, the gold necklace, the gold anklet, the gold bracelet. I know what it is. Ultimately, it's all gold. So now we see name, form, functions. Now we see name, forms, and functions. And we thinking there's something separate from gold. They can't, the gold jewelry can't exist outside of the gold. Gold is the substratum, the basis. There is no jewelry without gold. There is no creation without the elementals and the three gunas. There is no three gunas and the elementals without the mind. Without Maya. There is no Maya without consciousness. There is no existence without consciousness. There is nothing that can exist outside of consciousness. Why not go straight to that and sit with that? We playing a game here. We playing a game here. Satan! Satan! We playing a game here, buddy. But ultimately, nobody's playing or nobody's winning or losing. Cause who are you going? Think about this. If this shit is a game, who are you playing against? Hey, to me that shit funny. Who the fuck are you playing against when it's only one? It's only you. It's only you, the self. Who the fuck are you playing against?
You get this shit?
Who the fuck could you be playing against? Who the fuck could you be playing against, bro? Gaia the Sage says consciousness itself is the perspective. Facts. Yeah, y'all gotta remind me of these sound effects. So truth. It's some if it is something that is aware, that is observing, is not the observer yet. Loving my Gnosis. This live stream is amazing. Appreciate you. My Mexico hero, zero. The comment P pushing motherfucker. But yeah, y'all. Let's see, man. I guess anybody got anything to ask, any questions, we can keep going. I ain't gonna hold y'all up for long. You really created all this shit. So do what? Do what? Yes, the body and the mind is still gonna do. It has a karma. The body mind has karma. You don't. The body mind has karma. And you can easily recognize that by looking at your chart. But I say don't get too carried away with that. Don't get too carried away with that astrology, y'all. It's a conceptual trap. I'm not saying don't know it. I'm not saying don't recognize it. Don't identify with that shit, man. Don't identify with that shit. For you, pure consciousness, nothing is distant. But for you, the body-mind complex, everything is distant. What free will? To have will, think about it. Will is not free. It's obviously not free. Or it wouldn't be a concept. To have will, which means something is pressurizing or something is placing pressure and placing weight and placing strife and stress onto something. That's why you have to use your will. The will is not free. It's trapped. Think about that. Think about that. The will is not free, it's trapped. That's why you have to use will. It's not free. It's not free. Think you're doing something. Think you're doing something. We talked about this on my story, in my chat. I say if people want to think about free will and disagree with it, which I come to realize the ego don't like that shit though. The ego don't like that shit. If that's the case, why we keep having so much synchronicity? What my boy Etheric get in here? He hit me up and I forgot to mention, like, shit, what about deja vu? For something to be in sync, right? For something to be in sync, everybody synchronicity. For something to be in sync, that means something has to be pre-made against something else that is fucking pre-made for them to ultimately be able to lock in and be in sync. It's predestined. This is pre-made. This is fucking pre-made. Lock in. Use your intellect with that shit. I think that's very fucking flat out fucking simple. What's up with deja vu? Can't have the whole concept of fucking deja vu. That is already preordained. We think we doing something. This is what Bro Panic was trying to tell all the hoteppers. Facts. Unleash your limitless willpower. Hey, what are you willing? I would say, ultimately, what are we willing? What the fuck are we actually willing? Colin Pusby says the media controlled my mind for years because I was living out the concept of being black in America. Come on, same here, bro. If you ever listen to all my music, that's exactly what I was preaching or teaching or speaking over a beat. It was nothing but fucking suffering. I went through this, I shot at this, I got shot at by this. We smashed them niggas with this. Fuck a bitch, he did this, and fuck a nigga, he did that. I'm a black man in America. Don't nobody love me, give a fuck about me. God don't give a fuck about me. They done raped and pillaged the whole world and they don't get karma. They ain't paid their karma. Police did this to me. Police did that to me. The judge said this to me. My teacher said that to me. Black women don't understand a black man. And black women saying the same shit about a black man. Why you identify with all these goddamn concepts? You will notice how you start to suffer mentally. Think about that. The more concepts, the more ideal shit, the more you identify with that shit, the more you suffer, bro. The more you suffer, bro. And it goes for the spiritual shit too. That the more you do that shit, the more you identify with that shit, you open up, and that's dualism. The more you open up to dualism, the more you suffer. I remember reading in this very profound book that Trav put us on, Samkhya Darshan. Very fucking profound. But it seems like they couldn't really go up against the whole Advaita Vedanta non-dualism teachings of the Vedas, right? I remember reading in here, I think it said, since the human mind can't go beyond the mind, there's no point in dealing with it. Let's see. Okay, well, probably don't see it in here. They actually had debates, but I care a fuck about the debates. And the fact they were saying, like, if the human mind can't go beyond it, there's no point in dealing with it. Sound like some same shit that the unfortunate was saying about going beyond Bina and Hokmah, right? Can't get together, couldn't get through Darth. It's chaos. It's too simplistic. The human mind can't conceive it. And that's the same shit we saying here. The human mind can't conceive it. It's not about trying. See, that's because we try to intellectually break shit down. That's the ego. That's the mind. It's trying to intellectually break. What's this knowledge of self shit? What is this know thyself? What is consciousness? You're not going to know it. Because you only know things through your five senses. You're not going to know it. You just are it and be it. The closest thing that awareness, nigga. Existence itself, nigga. Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. You're not gonna know it. That's why they say this path is not for everybody. Because people want things to latch on to. We want concepts to latch on to. Because that's the body-mind complex. It wants something to latch on to. It needs a concept to latch on to. The mind wants something to latch on to. Remember that. That's the matrix. That is Maya. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Hold up. The ego always wants to have control in sense. In the way is alright by the logic of the personality. It is the mental impressions that lead to the beliefs that raise your life, that rise in your life. But in the end, ego is just the mind, not you. You are that what creates the mind and everything else. Come on. What do you think about the Lion's Gate we are living in right now? I'm sorry, Mr. Aesthetics. I don't know too much about the concept. Give me a second. I think I do, but I ain't placed my mind on it in a minute. You are the lion thinking you stuck in a gate. Maybe that. Maybe that's what I really think about it. And that lion is the mind. I don't know. I'm not even, and I'm not even trying to be funny. I swear to God, like I'm starting to let all of those type of concepts go. I'm starting to let those type of things go. Cause you're not gonna only be powerful during a 8-8. You're not going to only be able to do whatever you're doing during an 8-8. You are the consciousness which projected the mind that ultimately came up with the concept. Think about that. You are the consciousness that projected the mind, that projected a reality, that projected a human being and a whole existence, that even took hundreds of thousands of years to realize a concept called 8-8. The whole time you just up there watching. What you is just observing. Hey, these niggas done came up with some shit called 888. A lion ain't even really called a goddamn lion. We came up with the concept of a fucking lion. What you think a lion calls itself? So straight to the source. We're about straight to the source over here. And there's no disrespect to anybody. But we're about straight to the source over here. If we're going straight to the source, what Lion's Gate? What gate? What fucking lion? Let's see. Now, everybody be asking me, what book is that? What book is that on Instagram? I'm done giving you motherfuckers the books on Instagram. I give all the books on this live stream. I done gave them all. Go back and watch Practical Non-Dualism. I gave out a shit ton of books on this non-dualism. Shit ton of books. And we got real cosmic peace steppers in here who went and got them. So everybody who asks me on Instagram, I'm gonna send that shit. I'm gonna send your ass back to YouTube. It ain't even about the fucking views. You go back and watch that video, you may get something from the video. So Maharaj says, concept and mind are beams of light from the contemplator. The questioner says, is I am the sum total of everything you perceive? Yes. I amness spontaneously appears and disappears. It has no dwelling place. It is like the dream world. Do not try to be something, even a spiritual person. You are the manifested. The tree is already there in the seed. Think about that. When we talk about free will, when we talk about fucking free will, that's plain and simple right there in your face. The tree is already already inside of the seed. Listen to that. The tree is already inside of the seed. It comes preconditioned. Everything that can happen will happen, is already will happen, has already happened. The tree is inside of the seed. So the potential of what that tree, that seed is going to go through is already there. Or what that tree is going to go through is already packed right there within the fucking seed. And everybody like, study nature, study nature, study nature. It's already there. Dick was already meant to go into pussy, so other motherfuckers can be born into the goddamn game. Now dick goes in butts. So it's a hole. I guess motherfuckers figured out it's a hole. It was already preconditioned that motherfuckers was gonna be homosexual. It had to be, or else this shit wouldn't happen. So if you got anything against anybody who's like that, that just shows your fucking ignorance. I mean, I don't particularly, you know what I'm saying, like fish. I don't fucking like fish. But I don't hate people who eat fucking fish. That's stupid. It is like a dream world. Do not try to be something, even a spiritual person. You are the manifested. The tree is already there in the seed. Think about it. Take it back to the tree of life. Ain't so far. The tree don't exist outside of the triple black darkness. It don't exist outside of chaos. It's an illusion that the tree even exists. It's an illusion that Prakriti and Purusha are separate. It's an illusion. All of this shit is happening within chaos, within consciousness, within no thingness. Such is this I am. The tree is already there in the seed. Such as this I am. Just see it as it is. Just see reality as it is. That's what they say an enlightened person is. A person who already sees it as it is. See reality as it is. When you're looking from the mind, you're going to see reality from the way that you want to see it. That's why you get personally attached to your opinions. When it's obvious, opinions fucking change. When you was a kid, left up to you, it was cool to shit and piss on yourself. Now, you as an adult, your opinion has kind of changed. I bet if you got kids, you don't want your kids to keep pissing and shitting on themselves, do you? But look at your contradictory ass. You used to piss and shit on yourself, and you loved it. See the world as it is. Do not try to interfere with what you see. And what we said on the last one. Know yourself first. Know the self first. And then try to go out there and figure out if there's a world that needs your help. It's not a world that needs your help. It's only you, motherfucker. It's only you. It's only you.
God does not act like a fucking human.
It's only you.
You get this shit?
Are you getting this shit, man? Come on, man. Do not try to interfere with what you see. Having understood this, what could be there that you need? What could there be that you actually need? The questioner answered his question. He said nothing. Maharaj says, you must stabilize in this conviction. Knowledge or jnana is the soul of the whole universe. Do not get involved with cities. What are cities? Spiritual powers. Although you may not purposely go in for cities, around you some miracles may happen. Do not claim the authorship of them. Do not claim the authorship of them. I'm gonna read this last paragraph and we done, y'all. We getting up out of here. A devotee of yours who is at a distance of 1,000 kilometers from you can have your darshan in form. Means your one-pointedness in form. Whenever your devotee praises your knowledge, the knowledge takes concrete shape. Do not think that you are doing something. Do not think you doing. You think I'm doing something? You think you really, listen, you really think I'm teaching? That's why I be like, okay, you can call me a teacher if you want to, but you really think I'm teaching you something? Nigga, this is you talking to you, playing around, acting like fucking me. Under a different skin tone, a different size fucking forehead. It is. On a fucking Mac computer on YouTube. You playing yourself, fool. You think this is me doing this? You think this is something separate? Do not think that you are doing something. Sound fills the entire space. Similarly, the knowledge I am will fill the entire place. Once you understand this, there is no death for you. We're going to read that again. Whenever your devotees praise you and your knowledge, the knowledge takes concrete shape. Do not think that you are doing something. Sound fills the entire place. Once you understand this, there is no death for you. There's no death for you. Oh yeah. If you think yourself an individual, you will surely have death. You want death? Go ahead. Think you're an individual if you want to. Ultimately, I'm not saying don't fucking think you can. Don't fucking try to walk through walls and try to. Man, come on, man. Ultimately, you should know this. You should be very convicted of this. There is nothing separate. To realize this, turn on observatory mode. You're no different than the next motherfucker. You are not. You have thoughts. You have emotions. You have feelings. You have an arm, leg, head. You sleep. You dream. You go into deep sleep. You eat, you piss, you shit. I would say fuck, but everybody doesn't. Some people are celibate. A spiritual seeker wants to be something. You see what I'm saying? He's telling you, don't try to be nothing. Don't claim authorship of shit. Just be as you are. If people come to you, then automatically words come out of you. That's what we sit here and do. Automatically the words just fucking come out. Although you may have not studied everything, whatever comes out of you will be the same that is in the Vedas and the Upanishads. Once you have this realization, everything that come out of you is going to be the very book that we got sitting over here. That does not mean don't read a book and be like them niggas, all the divine wisdom is in me. Yeah, but nigga, what are you doing with it? Besides building up more concepts and building up more ego. Think about that. He's talking about you don't have, it's not all, you know what I'm saying, all about the books and this and this and that. When you talk, that divine shit will come straight out of you when we talking about the knowledge of self. Not just breaking down, oh yes, E equals MC squared and melanin comes down and reverberates from the ethers. And no, not that type of shit. We're talking about the real knowledge of the self, the real discernment of this false ass reality that we call real, or this real ass reality that's actually false. That type of shit. Obviously, for him to say some type of shit, he had to have read something. He talks about Krishna. He talks about the 3 gunas and the 5 elements. So you had to have had some type of study. But the study only points you to the goddamn direction. The mind can only point you to it. Ultimately, that's all it's doing. The so-called suffering you think you're going through, all that it's fucking doing is pointing you to this. That's why you hear. That's why there's not that many people on this type of chat. This shit is not for everybody, man. My Gnosis, thank you for sharing the light on this side of the game. Man, love, my nigga. Comment, puzzle, peace. Don't try to interfere with what you see. Don't don't calm the don't claim the authorship of the miracles you see. And it's very hard not to do that. You start getting powers and shit, you gonna think about it. You're gonna build up an ego. That's one thing I can say. I never came in this bitch trying to get some goddamn powers. If it happens, it happens. But I'm not trying to get no goddamn powers out of this shit. If it's part of the body mind karma, there's nothing I can do about it. Colin Pusby said, existence is my child. I am the parental witness of existence. So, clap yourself up, man. Give yourself a fucking a goddamn applaud, because you are the self, and there's nothing else you can be. You can't be shit else.
You get this shit? You get this shit?
There's nothing else you can be, man. You're gonna always be. And as always, what we say, SOP. Stand on motherfucking principle. Stand on purpose. And what's our standard operating procedure? To switch observer mode on. Observe your one-sided ass fucking thoughts. Observe your fucking emotions. Observe your one-sided ass opinions. Always turn it on. That's going to give you the detachment that you're looking for. That does not mean go lay in the bushes and the trees and give up on your kids and your job. Let the body, mind, karma do what it's do. If you was given that life, let that shit play the fuck out. But observe it every chance you get. Every motherfucking chance you get. Leaf said the perfect thing right there. You are everything and yet nothing at the same motherfucking time. Literally, not figuratively. You are everything and nothing at the same goddamn time. So what separation? What evil? What hate? What fear? What suffering? What bondage? What liberation? You are liberation itself. Does the sun need a flashlight to shine on it so it can be seen? No. No. Just like that. Stop identifying as a fucking wave in the ocean and start back identifying with the fucking ocean. The waves are not separate from the ocean. The wave has no existence outside of the ocean. What's the wave? Your life. Your traditions that in your family. Your mind. Your thoughts. Your body. Your emotions. All of that is the conglomerate of a fucking wave. All your past lives. It's a fucking wave. It's no different from pure existence. It has a different shape, form, and function. Different name, form, and function. You have given that name. The mind has given that name to that thing. And it don't exist, bro. Remember, no obstacles will apprehend you, man. Prosper over motherfucking pain. Remember, there are no obstacles. There's only opportunities for you to prosper over the pain. And that prosperity does what? It leads you to self-realization. It ain't always by the bag. It's like Zero said, it's like trying to sit when you already fucking seated. You trying to figure out how to sit down and you've been sitting the whole goddamn time. Break the illusion. Break the mind. Break the